Welcome back, everybody, to The Road to Reopening, a curated collection of high-value tools and resources for you and your business. We're your hosts. I'm Paula Skaper.
And I'm Cathy Kuzel. And today we get to welcome our featured expert, Colin Sprake of Make Your Mark Training and Consulting. There you are. Welcome, Colin.
Welcome, Colin.
Yeah, it's my absolute pleasure to be here with you both. Thank you. And of course, with all the attendees, it's absolutely my absolute pleasure to be with all of you.
Oh, well, we're really happy to have you here. It has been, it's been great. The expertise and the information that has been shared, especially on these wonderful little conversations or vignettes, as we've been calling them, have been great, getting a little insight into people. So expanding on that insight, one of the things that I know that you extremely successful working with such a diverse group of business professionals, and not just locally, but worldwide in all levels, in all areas. And you know what, it's been a real challenging these past 18 or so months. And so I'd love if you would share what are some of the highlights or some of the ahas that would, you know what, would make us smile that's happened in these last 18 months.
Yeah, Cathy, I think the key thing that I want people to realize as they listen to this, watch this, and participate together is, you know, I've always said that for people in the state of high emotion, creativity disappears. And I think there's been a lot of emotion in the last 18 months, immense amount of emotion. And when that emotion comes down, creativity returns. And one of the blessings that I was able to do over the last 18 months is be able to bring people back to creativity, you know, because in creativity is when we find solutions, when we find different ways to do things and what have you. So a lot of my work and what I've, you know, for everyone listening today is to understand that, you know, bring yourself back down to a place where your emotion is lower and your creativity goes up so that you can find solutions. If you haven't found one yet, there's definitely a solution out there for you. Yeah, and it fascinates me how many people say there's no solutions. My business is different. My industry is different. I'm like, no, you're different, or you need to be different in order to get a different result. So the last 18 months has been really tough for many people, extremely abundant for other people. So for me, it's really for everyone listening today, watching today, be really clear on, have you been creative enough? Have you given yourself enough peace in this last 18 months and not been stubborn, but been resilient? Resilient means you're creative enough to get over the obstacle and over the hurdle, as opposed to bash your head against it, keep on saying the same thing, expecting a different result. So for me, it's just be creative. And if you're not that creative and you keep on saying that, find people around you, like great ladies like yourselves, that can be creative, that can help you and can drive you forward and let you see that there is amazing opportunity out there in the most adversity. And my final piece on this is, remember one thing, this is business. That what's happened in the last 18 months is, it's like a lion on out on a plain somewhere. You know, the antelope are busy eating, the lion comes, chases them, you just wish and you pray you're not the slowest antelope. But at the same time, guess what? Around the corner is another lion. And tomorrow there's another lion. And all you're doing is running every day. Welcome to business. You know, if that's not your forte, and you know, whatever you want to call it, the last 18 months, whatever situation might be, it's just a lion. Guess what? Next year, there's going to be another lion. And are you ready for those lions? So be creative, because creativity gets you through these lion situations and keeps you moving forward.
You make a really excellent point, Colin, because you know, it's so much about who you surround yourself with and who is in your intimate circle. One of the things that I've noticed over the last 18 months is so many couples starting businesses, taking this opportunity and saying, you know, this is the time. And already, you know, in our country, we have a lot of family-owned businesses that are run by husband and wife teams, run by romantic partner teams. You have successfully navigated being in business with your spouse. You've run Make Your Mark with your wife, Gabby, since 2004. Do you have any tips for our viewers who might find themselves in that situation?
Don't. No, only kidding. No, only kidding. No, so jokes aside, you know, it's been, I'll be very upfront. It's not a marriage improvement technique. It definitely isn't. I mean, it does test your marriage and it makes it a lot stronger. I mean, I've been with my wife for 24 years. We've been in Make Your Mark for 21 years, 22 years together. And, you know, what makes it really strong, working together, is honestly understanding what your roles are in your business so that you know what you wake up to do every single day. You know, a lot of times the spouses attempt to run a company together. You never run a company together. One's the visionary and one's the support. You know, and there's so many times I hear this, no, we're both visionaries. But it's like attempting to drive a car with with two steering wheels, hoping to go the same direction. You know, it just doesn't really work that way. So working with your spouse is a ton of fun. We get to make the same, have the same opportunities. We can get to take the same time off together and really enjoy time together. That's what made it so special for me. And for those people out there that are in spouse-owned businesses or where you work with your spouse, you know, people might say it's the most difficult thing, or some people might say, I'll never work with my spouse. I think it's one of the most beautiful things when you really understand how to do it, understand what your roles are on a daily basis, and really navigate that to understanding that your work finishes at a certain time. You know, we have a very set policy around what we do is that work stops at 6 p.m. and we talk about other things, vacations, hobbies, goal setting, whatever we want to do as a couple, out away from work. Otherwise, it just becomes work. And over the last 18 months, we've acquired another 16 companies. So it's been extremely busy. A majority of them spouse owned. So for those people out there that are in the business with a spouse, you know, really be very conscious of accepting each other for who you are, accepting you have different skill sets, and that you bring them to the table. And you know, my wife eventually wrote a book, which is part of one of the gifts on this call. She wrote a book which is called "What the I Did Not Sign Up for This." Like, she came into it to support me and as part of our marriage, but at the same time, she didn't wake up one day going, I can't wait to support an entrepreneur. It's an incredible, crazy roller coaster. So it's just being really conscious that you are different, you're allowed to be different, and you really honor each other for your skills and talents you have. And the ones you don't have, you don't expect your partner to be.
That's great.
Yes, you know what? And my husband is my supporter. Like, I don't know what I would do without him. Not from a business. We wouldn't be able to run a business together, but absolutely, he's there for me. And he says, whatever you can accomplish, but if you think I'm there for you. Absolutely. So we talked, it's circling right back. Surround yourself with those people that are going to make it work. So what I was going to ask Paula is, Colin, what can our participants expect from this gift that you've graciously shared with us for the road to reopening?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the gift for me is something super special. I'm going to be really open with you. I don't do a lot of these gifts. I did it specifically to support yourselves and really to support this event. And we have a gift of, you know, for some people, you will qualify, you'll make sure you go and you get the gifts. It's critical. These gifts people have spent a lot of time on. Don't just think they're just a gift and it's free. Free has no value. This is a gift. So everyone, make sure you take advantage of every gift from every person that's on the show to really support you. My gift is, you know, some people will qualify for this. Once you go through the process, you'll qualify for a 1-hour call with me. That's valued at $2,500. You know, I don't give away a lot of my time. I love to support people. So those that qualify will come in for a $2,500 1-hour call with me. I will shift your business. I will shift your thinking. It's not a fluff call. It's not about how can I make sales or whatever from you. Absolutely not. It's about being very strategic to helping you get to the next place in your business. And for those of you that don't qualify for a call for whatever reason through the process, I have 2 books. Number one is my book, The Entrepreneur Success Recipe, my first book of 4. And the second book, which is my wife's first book, which is I Did Not Sign Up for This. We will mail you 2 copies, a copy of each. There's no mail, there's no shipping fee, there's no nothing. You just give us your name, your mailing address. We will pay the shipping. We'll send you 2 hard copies. There's no catch to it. It's just we want to make sure that you get these 2 books. They are life-changing. When you put the 2 of them together, it will shift your business and it will shift the person supporting you the most in your business, which I think is a really important part of running a successful business overall.
It is. It is. Well, thank you, Colin, for taking the time and joining us here and sharing a bit about this. And to our people who are watching, the list down below. Check out our list of experts. And as Colin so aptly said, is that these are gifts. They are not free. They are something that our experts have put together, knowing that they're going to help you as you move forward to leverage your business and on this road to reopening. So thank you again, Colin, for joining us. We really appreciate it. And we look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you, Cathy. Thank you, Paula. And everybody, go get your gifts because they are worth, one gift can change your life.
There you go. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Colin.
You're welcome.
Wow. That was something, hey? I mean,
I know.
he's so right though. It's the recovery economically from this pandemic is going to be driven by business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Business is what is going to drive our recovery coming out of this. And it's so important that we take action.
And the other point that he brought up was about emotion and creativity. And I mean, especially right now, there's high emotions, whether we're consciously acknowledging that or not, there's high emotions and it does stunt the creativity. I mean, speaking from experience, it's just, coming up with something going like, So he made a really valid point, and whether we realize it or not. So to find that balance, that's obviously a sweet spot to be able to bring creativity back into your business. It's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes, just taking advantage of some of these offers will give you that fresh perspective. It's something that I miss a little bit from the pandemic, from working in isolation. I mean, and I'm an introvert. I like my time by myself, but that water cooler spark of creativity where you're engaging with people, right? And you're tossing ideas around and being silly. And it's easy to really get in your own head and isolate and just kind of build walls, and that starves the creativity. So yeah, I mean, the gifts are definitely worth taking advantage of.
I know. Well, this is
Can you believe this is it? Yeah. Wow.
I know. So it does. It wraps up all of our conversations with our expert, our featured experts, as well as those that contributed. I know a huge thank you from both of us. Right? It's. Well, like Colin said, he doesn't give things away.
No.
This was important enough, and I would just like, so a huge thank you to them. And there's someone else you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I think that is a really important point, is that so many of the experts who participated in this giveaway did so because of their commitment to our business community, and they don't give their intellectual property away very often. So it really means a lot that they came out to support our businesses that way, and I'm so grateful that they did. Also, congratulations to you, our viewers, who have participated in this, for your commitment to your business and for hanging in there and reigniting your business the way that you are.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah.
So it's I know, we're just like, oh my gosh. So I guess that is the wrap. So we're your hosts. I'm Cathy Kuzel.
And I'm Paula Skaper. And this is only the start. It really is. So we look forward to having you accompany us as we continue along our journey on the road to reopening. Until next time.
We'll see you then.